amigos, and welcome to episode 10 of La Resurreccion. It is the final two games of the season, and it is party time. As you know, in the previous episode, we did win the league. As you can see, we are champions. So today's two games are just a formality. We're still 15 points clear. We've hit our record number of points for the club. Second place still yet to be decided, and we play Granada in the first of today's two episodes, so we could have a say in who comes up with us. In terms of what's gone on since you've been away, the good form has just continued. We beat Deportivo 3-0, Alfred and Jimmy Cabo and Alex Müller grabbing goals, and then we won impressively 4-1 away at Cordoba. And again with another penalty, Cabo Kone grabbing another goal, and Juan Carr sealing the deal in injury time has left us sitting very pretty. But as I said, the last two games of the episode, in the last couple of games as well, I have been playing rotated sides just because we won the league, and that theme is going to continue. So today may not be as comfortable as the other games have been, as we are playing second place Granada. And let me show you the team. So, couple of people playing for their futures, likes of Kellyanne, still haven't decided whether I'm going to offer him another contract, etc. So, and any of the loan players as well, if I want to bring them back. So this is the team we go with. Kellyanne is going to be in goal. Robles is going to be at right back. Raul Rodriguez and Hector Justi. We'll go with Hector Y, because we already have another Hector. They're going to be centre backs, and then the youngster Chechu is going to be left back. And he's been in good form, good goal scoring form, albeit 2 goals from the spot, but he still looked dangerous otherwise. And Mehdi Layson, the veteran midfielder, are going to play in the middle today. Jimmy Cabo is going to be out right, Kaidi Bare in at number 10, Juan Carr on the left, and Kone. He's picked up a little bit of form recently, so I'm going to continue with him playing up top. Now, if we get into today's game, as I release this, it is, of course, January the 31st. We all know that means deadline day. I hope you're all enjoying deadline day. My normal deadline day routine is come home from work, get a Domino's in, get a couple of beers in, and just sit in front of the telly and watch the weird and wonderful happen of the transfer deadline. Obviously not quite going to happen, mainly because at uni I haven't got Sky in my room, so I might have to just keep up the Sky Sports Transfer Centre and get a Morrison's pizza in the oven. And that's as close as I'm going to get, because when you're at uni you can't exactly afford to live the lavish lifestyle. But anyway, it's been a quiet opening 10 minutes so far. First highlight of the game, Mehdi Layson with a free kick. Cabo's there to knock it across goal, and it's not going to count. Apparently Cabo fouled his man. Kone sticks it in, but unfortunately it doesn't count. So 35 minutes in, we've had a goal chalked off. Just coming down towards half time now. It's been fairly quiet this game, but with a backup team, well, mostly rotated team, out, it's not really surprising. The other two teams that we did play in the last couple of games weren't the best in terms of quality. Deportivo, really surprised by them and how much they've struggled this year. But I believe that is going to bring us to half time, and indeed it does. A quiet first half that looks like we've dominated, but I'm going to tell them that I'm not pleased. Hopefully that will spur a bit of a improved performance in the second half. The first highlight of the second half comes just a couple of minutes in as Robles heads down, but it's a poor header and Granada can retain possession. Rico in the centre circle, back to Alberto Martin. Now Victor Diaz inside, just playing patiently. Granada, not forcing anything. We pressure them well and force them all the way back to the keeper, and they have to start again. And the keeper knocks it up long, and just to come across and does well with it, and now we can potentially come forward. Cabo now on the right hand side, he's got Bare inside, he does well, sells his man, goes to byline, plays Juan Carr, doesn't get to the byline. Bare, it's all 6s and 7s, but Kaidi Bare is there to tuck it into the bottom corner. Some poor defending on Granada's behalf. As you see, he gets to the edge of the area, slides a nice ball in for Juan Carr, just tries to dink one to the far stick, but the defender gets rid of it. Bare tries to get it back in, the header out is the header clear is poor, that's what I'm trying to say. Straight to Bare, he's got an open side of the goal, and he just tucks it in there. Lovely stuff. We take the lead. Corner now to Granado. Pozo knocks in. Rico's there. Ramos gets there before the goalkeeper. Adrian Ramos, 21st goal of the season. I wish I had a striker like that. As we just watch it again, Pozo floats a corner in. Rico, unmarked, gets the header. Kellyanne's already committed, and Ramos, who's on the keeper, just nips in front of him, changes the direction of the ball, and it goes in off the bar. Granada have a chance to go. Fofo. Kellyanne just turns it around the post. I didn't quite see what had happened, but it goes down as a good save. Granada with the corner. Pozo. Ramos at the far stick. Layson heads away, and so does Barre. And I think with that, I am going to make a substitution. Robles is having a pretty torrid time at the back, so we'll just bring on Luis Hernandez. The experience should help, but Vico is giving him a torrid time at the back. And there's Granada with another free kick, and Fofo again goes close, this time puts it over the bar. For certainly more highlights in this game than we've had in the past few, that is for sure. I'm going to make another change. Chechu's having a pretty poor game as well. Well, we do have Alberto on the bench, so that's another easy swap. But obviously, in terms of quality, because Robles and Chechu have both been playing in the games offline, so it's obviously the better calibre of opponent are giving the youngsters a couple of tricky times. I don't think Chechu will be used much in the future of this series. As he's on a youth contract, he hasn't got much potential anyway, so I don't think we'll see too much of him. Whereas Robles, he's just been called up to the Spain squad for the European Under-21 Championships, as has Kellyanne actually, so that may be incentive to give Kellyanne a new contract, because he does have a lot of potential, but at the age he is, I feel like he should be good enough for the division we're in at the very least, and he's not even, in terms of coach reports, he's not even good enough for this division. So that's what's sort of holding me back. I was speaking about Robles. He has got a lot of potential. He is signed to a long-term contract, and I think he could be a good player, especially with Hernandez. I think he's 30 now. We've just given him a new contract as well. Who else? Jimmy Cabo, and I believe Juan Carr as well has all signed new contracts. I think. No, I don't think it was Juan Carr. Cabo definitely has. I'm not too sure. But anyway, the game finishes 1-1. I'm not too upset, although the assistant manager tells me to be mad. So I will be mad, just to get them fired up, and they do like it. But yeah, all in all, a rotated team. It's not the worst result in the world. And we have Lugo to end the season, and I will bring you that game in just a second. Game day number 2, and we had a few problems team selection wise. I know there was a few people who gone off to the Euro under 21s. There's the Copa America this year. There's African Cup of Nations this year, and loads of people are now on international duty. Layson suspended. Boularud and Munir at the African Cup of Nations with Morocco. Juan P is. Where's Juan P? Oh, he's at the Copa America with Venezuela. Barre's at the African Cup of Nations with Albania. No, that can't be right. He's with Albania for whatever reason. And then Robles and Kellyanne are at the Under-21 Championship. So, you may have seen the last of some of these players. But anyway, this is the team we have picked for the last game against Lugo. So, Kiszczek is going to be in goal. It is going to be his last game for the club. He moves on. He's going back to Poland in the summer. Luis Hernandez is going to be at right back. Yuste and Raul Rodriguez in the middle. Chechu at left back. And Dai, potentially his last game for the club, is going to be in midfield with Gonzalez, Cabo and Juan Carr on either wing. Pacheco is going to come in and play number 10 as Juan P and Barre are unavailable. And Blanco Leszczuk, in probably his last game for the club, is going to play up top as well. No goalkeeper on the bench for the first time this season. And it will probably be today that Kiszczek gets himself sent off. But nevertheless, we go into today's game. Who is texting me during a recording? Oh, go away. Anyway, so yes, we move into the game and just seeing if I recognise any players. A couple maybe. Javi Guerra up top, formerly of Cardiff. Ramon Aziz is a name I recognise as well, but we won't hang up too much on that. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. This Lugo, of course, being the team that Alberto is moving to next season. I think the second promotion place is also still up for grabs. I think. Oh no, who is it? Granada. Obviously, Granada drew with us, and I think Tenerife drew as well. Don't quote me on that, but yeah. So it is still up in the air, and obviously we then have the playoffs. I don't know whether it's like the Premier League that three teams just get relegated straight away, or there's like a playoff like there is in Germany, for example. As the first highlight of the game comes, 18 minutes on the clock. Hernandez with a corner, not corner, cross. It was near the corner. Gets to Blanco Leschuk, but his header is saved comfortably by Juan Carlos. And now Lugo potentially free kick into the wall. Aziz is there and he rockets one into the top corner. Well, I pointed him out. I didn't click on him, so I thought I might be able to get away with it, but obviously not. Iraoum, free kick straight into the wall. Aziz, one touch out of his feet, and he hits out in the top corner. Kiszczek with a little chance. And Lugo go 1-0 up, and as you can see there, it's still quite tight if you did manage to catch it for the number 2 spot. Granada were there at the moment, but I think they're only a point in front of Tenerife. If we look at the latest scores, Tenerife are drawing away at Cordoba, and what else is going? Granada at home to Mallorca, and Mallorca is a tough game. So interesting that it's gone down to the wire, as Lugo have another chance and a free header. My words, come back off the bar. A bit of a goalmouth scramble. We managed to get it clear. We are not playing well at all. Maybe a chance before half time. We work it up to Pacheco with his long shot. My word. Had the keeper guessing, and it's just swerved the wrong side of the post. Although Lugo may go up 2 up before half time. Lazo, Avigira in space. He curls one just over the bar. Goodness gracious me. And I think that is going to leave us to half time. And a half, I think it's fair to say, dominated by Lugo. Although they have got a man injured, so we'll need to make a substitution. But yeah, not great, brilliant showing from us so far in this first half. Even amount of shots, we've had more of the ball. I'm going to get aggressive and say that this is not good enough. But yeah, certainly in terms of highlights, Lugo definitely having the better of the game, and we certainly need to improve. First action of the second half comes with 20 minutes to go. We've made a couple of substitutions. Müller and Renato Santos has come on. That's a great ball from Adrian. Puts Blanco Leschuk in, and his shot straight at the goalkeeper. Pretty underwhelming, just like his season has been in completion, really. Santos going to knock the corner in. Rodriguez at the far stick. But the keeper can easily come and claim that. Maybe one more chance. 15 minutes to go. We play it out from the back up to Pacheco. Up to Adrian. Lugo not really pressing the ball, although one man comes to do it now. And we play it out wide to Chechu. Up the line to Müller. Pacheco, Adrian. Hernandez is there and he finds him. Hernandez driving towards the byline. Müller with a header. But it just sort of rolls into the path of Juan Carlos. And again, another easy save. We haven't really tested him apart from that Leschuk one-on-one. We haven't really done much. And he could be in again here. Blanco Leschuk. And another great save by Juan Carlos. This keeper is on a mission, determined to keep a clean sheet. Santos with the corner. Knocks it in. The defender heads away and Dye knocks it back out to Santos. So we're going to get one more bite of the cherry. I think it might peter out into nothingness, and it does. Iriom clears, and that is going to be the end of that highlight. But we come again. Pacheco, Adrian slides in. Renato Santos tries to get a cross in, but Ruiz blocks. And Lugo could counter now. Christian. Oh no, Yuste's misjudged it. Javi Guerra. That's a cracking finish by the forward. Outside the box, picks his spot, smashes it. The error from Yuste has cost us dearly. And it looks like we're going to lose only our third game of the season, which is still majorly impressive in a 42-game season to only lose 3 times. But Javi Guerra has just powered that into the top corner. A lovely ball by Christian Herrera. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to come away from the last game of the season with little to show for it. I might make one last substitution. Leschuk has been pretty poor in front of goal. So we will bring on Kone. Maybe one last chance for Lugo. 30 seconds to go. Müller heads the ball away only as far as Aziz. Miguel Vieira Oh, that's a difficult name. Vieira, I think they're just content to keep the ball, not let us have any possession. Good ball out to Guile, and I think, yeah, they're just going to knock it around and keep the ball. Only a few seconds left. But that is how the season is going to end for us, with a defeat, which is unfortunate, but we've got their business done in the last episode, and we've finished so many points clear. I can't be disappointed over the season. We've done what we needed to do. If we get it up in all its glory. There we go then. 91 points we finish on. 41 goal difference, 26 wins, 13 draws, just the 3 losses. 77 goals scored, which isn't the most. 36 goals conceded, which isn't the least either. But we just have been prolific. Granada get promoted with us. They finish a point better off than Tenerife. So the two clubs from East Andalusia have been promoted back to La Liga. Tenerife, Mallorca, Lugo, and Osasuna finish in the playoff places. Royce just miss out, I'm guessing, on head-to-head. But look at that, a number of teams all pushing for last day playoff spots. Gymnastique, Magna Honda, Extremadura, and Elche are the teams that get relegated. And in terms of La Liga itself, Real Madrid won La Liga by a point from Barcelona, who finished second, Atletico third, 15 points behind Barca, Valencia in fourth. Great season from Getafe, they're in fifth, Sevilla sixth, Espanyol seventh, Huesca, Eibar, and Vallecano are teams that get relegated. Girona, and Leganes survive, so shout outs for them. So I think, obviously, the next season is going to be a lot tougher. We are playing some much better teams, but I'm, I think if we aim for sort of lower mid-table, sort of around where Alaves are, I think if we finish there, we will have had a good season. In terms of transfer budget, once we won the league, we'd been given our budget 4 million. We've got a healthy amount of wages, but 4 million in terms of transfers. If we actually knock that into transfers, no, wrong way. 30. Oh no, we'll be at a huge deficit. So even there, 10 million. We'd only have about 20 grand in wages, but 10 million. So it's adjustable. So we've got something to work with. I'm sure players will leave in the summer. There's always interest. The likes of Pacheco is wanted because he's unhappy by Leganes. Juancar, Valladolid, Lombán is wanted by Levante and Valladolid. Munir is wanted as well. Espanyol, Robles wanted by Leicester. Kellyan, he's wanted by a number of teams, but he's out of contract. So yeah, if we just have a look at the stats in terms of the squad, sorry, Lombán made the most appearances this season with 36, and Flavio Ramos and Hernandez. Goals wise, disappointing. Juan P with 11, our top scorer. A title-winning team their top scorer to only have 11 goals is shocking. But then you can see how many we've shared out. Juan P with 11, Lombán with 9, most of those being penalties. Hector with 7, Bullery 7, Cabo 7. He's had a fantastic end to the season. In terms of assists, Renato Santos was 8. He had a great start to the season. Cabo has a great end to the season in the same position. He's got 8. Juan P 6. Barre with 4. Alberto and Mula chipping in as well. Loads of players on 3. In terms of average rating, Jimmy Cabo has been the best player of the season, considering he only really came to prominence in the second half of the season. Shows how impressive he has been. But I think my favourite player of this probably has been Juan P. I think when he's played, he has looked excellent. He does look too good for this division, and so it is proved. And he pulls all the strings. You can see there, it says he's actually getting worse, but he has been really good for us this season. Budaru's really stepped up, considering he was only going to be 4th choice at the start of the season. He's really done well. Flavio Ramos and Lombán have been brilliant at the back. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to next season, and I hope you are too, because that is going to bring today's episode to a close, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for our La Liga adventure, and I will see you guys in the next one.